Hello and welcome to the Astro Vibe of the week. I am starting off with a tarot pull. Before I do that, I am filming this on Memorial Day and I want to take a moment to send awareness and honoring and love to all of the people who have lost their lives in war. My heart just breaks that war is even a thing. So, all the love to those and their families. Okay, let's get into it. So, I pulled a tarot card today to begin, and it is the King of Pentacles. So, this dude chilling in his study, relaxing and maxing, hanging out. I'm going to read it to you. So, this is the Light Seer deck, and this is the light side of this card. Overflowing material abundance, patience, and determination. A confident and warm leader providing for others, comfort and security, personal growth, goals, prosperity, and success. Exuding warmth, the King of Pentacles welcomes you into his study for a heartfelt conversation about life. He's worked his fields, met his soulmate, found wealth, and now he looks out over his dream manifested as he offers you one of the tarot's most potent messages of forthcoming abundance and prosperity. The most important thing to be done is to enjoy it all, sweet seer. Enjoy every lesson, every challenge, and every failure and success. He reminds you to get clear on where you want to be, to plan and envision. There is manifesting power in your heart's longing and so much joyful expansion as you bring your greatest potential into existence. Happiness happens when you do better than the last time. And in the pursuit of personal growth, allow yourself the extravagance of desire. The rest is a consequence of faith, steady habits, and the courage to cultivate enormous dreams. Dream your biggest light to life. And the mantra is I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. And the other card that came through, I actually pulled three. One is an oracle card that just says yes. Yes, it's from Rebecca Campbell. She says, just say yes. And the other one from the Light Seers is the World card. And the World card is a completion of a cycle of growth or a cycle of learning. And these cards are perfect for this week's astrology. We have a really we haven't had this, what we're having this week since 2020. Since 2020. So I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to open the screen and show you what's up. Before I actually get into the days of the week and what's coming up, what's interesting is that when I sit with that year, I just almost like pass right over it. 2020 is when COVID came about and all of our lives were totally transformed and totally shifted. The collective totally changed. And the astrology of this week is completing a new beginning of a cycle. Hello, the World card that started in 2020. So if you think for a moment about all the wisdom and all of the growth that you have experienced since 2020, since that wild time, how are you different? How have you grown? How have you changed? Because this is a point in time where, and I think these tarot cards are giving light to that, where we're in a full cycle moment of ideas or desires that were being subconsciously hashed, or maybe you were conscious of them, that you are wanting to bring forth in your life, you are wanting to experience in your life. And here we are with the astrology of this week coming to this cycle of returning to that. So you can look back and just think about what's different now. I know everything's different. How are you different? How have you grown? How can you celebrate yourself? What successes have you experienced? What internal successes have you experienced? How different are you? I'm imagining you're like a totally different person, because when we go through experiences that are challenging and that put us in a container and put pressure on us, makes me think of the pressure that diamonds need, right? Coal pressurized becomes a diamond. And collectively we experience that Pluto was a big player in that moment. Okay, so I'm going to circle all the way around back to that, and I'm going to start with Wednesday's astrology. The vibe of this week is completion. It is also new wisdom, and it is also feel your feels. On Wednesday, the 27th, we're going to have Mars, the planet of action, the masculine energy in the collective and inside of you, how you take action, your willpower, right? That is that King of Coins card. It is your willpower and what it takes to sustain and grow and build. Mars just wants to get out there and go for it. Mars at 22 degrees in Aries is now on Wednesday going to be in alignment with Chiron, having some really deep conversations. Now, Chiron is an asteroid that is symbolic of our deepest wounds. The wounds that we experienced as children that we took into our adult years, and the places, the moments in our lives where we get our feelings hurt or feel hurt from the past. With Chiron in Aries, we're talking about feeling worthy of just being here, feeling worthy of being who you are and being worthy of what your desires are and what your longing is, just like that King of Pentacles reading. Your longings are potent and they point you in the direction of your growth. It also makes me think of, and this is a side note, but when I think about judgment and comparison, which can come up with a Chiron wound, where we tend to look at where someone else has been, completely ignore their journey, completely ignore the pain and the suffering they may have gone through to get where they are, and we just see the highlight reel, we just see the end result, and sometimes our inner critic might say, oh, look at her, she has everything because she's pretty, or she was born into that money, or of course he's probably cheating on her, whatever it is. There are judgments that come forth, and these judgments and comparisons and criticisms stem from woundings, and they stem from our inner disconnection and our inner separation from our decision to walk the path of our desire, and really seeing all of the hard work and the effort and the ease and the joy that comes through knowing what we want and then taking steps to go on that path of what it is that you want. That way, you're not looking at other people and saying, oh, look what they have done, I could never do that. When you step back and you look at it as, this is a wound, and we have a responsibility in this lifetime as awakening beings to take responsibility of our desires and our life, and to stop judging other people, judging ourselves, comparing ourselves to other people, putting people on pedestals. We are all human and shoulder to shoulder, red blood, open hearts here. And it is totally our responsibility, times a million, to live in alignment, to take the actions that bring us out of our comfort zone and out of our wounds, out of the trauma, to healing and to connection with our higher self, who knows that you are fully worthy and fully capable. You are totally able in every way to go after what your heart desires. Right. So when Mars and Chiron come, there's like this clash of energy with the willpower, with the masculine energy. What I want, going after what I want, doing what I want, being independent. There could be this feeling that you want to like break free from something, or you feel your limitations as a human being. Chiron is our wounds, and my assumption is that there's going to be healing around the masculine energy, healing around our personal will, what we want, and hopefully, I'm hoping some softening around the pointy, pokey sword that can come with Mars. There could definitely be tears. There could definitely be big feels. There could be grieving what you haven't fully stepped into. There could be grieving the parts of yourself that haven't been expressed and deeply long to be expressed. Whatever it is, we're talking about the masculine energy inside of us, the yang energy, the Martian energy inside of us, and the healing that we can bring to that. There's also a lot of masculine, toxicity in the collective. I don't have to tell you that. We all know that. And this astrology at this moment brings some salve and some awareness to that imbalance of masculine energy in the collective, the imbalance of any toxicities that are present, the imbalance between the masculine and the feminine energies outside of us and inside of us. So I'm really excited for the astrology of that moment, and we're going to feel it all week long. I woke up today, tears flowing. I can really feel the ways where I haven't felt like I'm enough, and that's such an Aries thing. Am I enough? Am I special? Am I even meant to be here? How do I prove that I am, right? This is a wound that we're all learning how to heal and expand into our worthiness and expand into our purpose on this planet, where every single person is meant to be here for their own very specific, unique evolution. And it's no mistake that you're here, right? It's no mistake that anyone's here. So this is something that we're healing in this Chiron in Aries time. So the first vibe of the week, like the beginning of the week, 100% a little soppy, a little sad, some tears, some wounding, but feeling our feels is the way to honestly move from a state of stuckness into a state of flow and movement and bliss. Joseph Campbell says that any feeling felt all the way through is bliss. So I welcome you to let the tears flow this week if they're there for you. If you're feeling sad or grieving or angry, Mars can be anger, rage, feel it. Let it pass through you. Try to sit and breathe it in, because this is like a door is opening where it says, do you want to heal this, or do you want to keep stuffing it down, collective society? And I know that when you move the energy, it gets fully processed. So tears away. All right, now Friday, May 31st, we have another really exciting aspect, which is the planet of Mercury, which right now is in Taurus, and Uranus, which is also in Taurus. So they're making a conjunction, they're coming into alignment, and this is just a few days after Chiron and Mars go into alignment. Uranus, the planet of surprises and changes, revolution, evolution, a total shift in your perception, an unexpected event coming forth, and it is aligning with Mercury, which is our mindset, our beliefs, our perception. On this day, it is very possible that you have a realization about something that has been a little cloudy, or you have this realization about your coming a little bit farther into your aligned path and what it is that you need to do in order to be in alignment with that. You're going to get information if you take the time and you're open to it, because mind, Mercury is information, and Uranus is higher frequency, genius information. So this is a day of downloads, and be aware that unexpected things could happen. They could happen in the collective, or they could happen in your personal life. So expect the unexpected. Taurus does not love to go with the flow. Uranus is doing its best to awaken the rigidity of Taurus. Uranus wants to shake the stagnant energy that lives in the archetype of Taurus that is within us all. It wants to like shake it up and break it up, and it has like a little axe and pick, and it's trying to break through that wall, because when we can move some of that stagnancy out, that's when things flow again. So that is on Friday. Just being aware, downloads, breakthroughs, or surprising events, shifting events. We're not totally sure what could come through, but we are definitely sure that it's going to be a really interesting Friday, and you'll feel it the day before, you'll feel it a couple days after. All right, the final piece that we're talking about is a huge one that I talked about earlier, where the last time we had this cycle of connection where Pluto was at 1 degrees connecting to Jupiter at 1 degrees was 2020. So we've got this full cycle moment. We've got the world card popping up in here, asking you to look back at how much you've grown, where you've allowed yourself to step into the light, where you've allowed yourself to expand, where you've allowed yourself to step into your power. Pluto is the planet of power. It's personal power. It's also willpower. It's your strength. So the cosmos are really asking us to step up right now, and to not, I don't mean push and struggle and force our way into something. What I really mean is step up into yourself in a bigger way. Step up into your power, where you're claiming that you are a powerful, sovereign being here to make an impact in the world just by being yourself with the gifts that you were given in this lifetime through your birth chart. So Pluto is making a trine. This is a harmonious aspect, a supportive, harmonious aspect to Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of wisdom, our higher selves, being able to perceive experiences and events from a higher perception. Now, this is not where Pluto normally is. Pluto's normally very deep in the shit. Pluto wants to dig super deep and be a detective and find out what is blocking me from my power. Now Pluto's in this position where Pluto's in Aquarius retrograde, having us look internally, 1 degree in Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. Aquarius is about the future. Aquarius is about embracing your weirdness. What makes you different? What makes you unique? What is your personal genius? Pluto in Aquarius says, embrace that shit. Get super weird. We are going on a fucking trip here on this planet. We decided at some point to come, our soul is like, you know what would be fun? Going down to earth and having a fucking crazy experience where we're going to experience pain and sorrow and death, and we're going to experience joy and love and sex. And we're like, yeah, I'm going to sign up for that. And on that place I have signed up for, I'm also going to take my past life imprints and frequencies. And when I reincarnate, I'm going to also choose to heal all of those wounds to the best of my ability. And that's what we signed up for. Crazy, crazy, so weird. Very Aquarius, if you ask for me. As me, it's so super strange decision. So Pluto trining Jupiter. Jupiter is 1 degree in Gemini. Jupiter is going to be here for an entire year, exploring the themes of the mind, expanding our ability to connect to our higher consciousness and find more wisdom of the mind rather than being stuck on a cycle of the subconscious and a cycle of the old programs. Jupiter will help us go a little bit higher into this, third eye space, your psychic space, your pineal gland is being activated during this time. So this is a really harmonious aspect, Pluto trining Jupiter. And as Pluto trines Jupiter, this is a moment of empowering your personal desires. Jupiter is normally ruled by Sagittarius. Sagittarius is on a quest. It wants to know, it wants to learn, it has these desires. Pluto is saying, you have got this. You are a powerful, incredible, magical being. And whatever you have experienced up to now in your entire lifetime has prepared you for this next moment. And then here we have this card, yes, just say yes. Whatever it is that you are wanting to step into, whatever it is that you are wanting to create, whatever it is that you want to desire, and maybe you just desire to know yourself or you desire to have a desire. Sometimes we don't even know what we want. This is the lifetime. This is the moment to go after it. We are 100% up leveling. We're in a totally, I think, like chapters closed from 2020 and a new book begins right now. All right, that's what I got for you. These are the vibes. Let the tears flow, embrace the unknown, embrace the new, and feel the power that arrives through the vulnerability of experiencing shifts and changes and flows in emotion and with your heart. Thank you so much. Have the best week ever, and I will see you on the other side.